Tonight, from TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
With a December snow blanketing much of the Midwest and Northeast, what a perfect time to be in the Sunshine State as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The numbers for him from a week ago. A boatload of carries, 111 for yards, and a touchdown.
And that's 10 touchdowns on the season for him on the ground. And remember our meeting with the coaching staff. They did share with us that one of their goals for the year was for him to get in the end zone at least 10 times. And that ramps up into their bigger goal to try and get 20 overall as a team.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. This defense for the Jags, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Jackson. Flushed out right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Agnew now to return. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And you want to talk about enormous expectations being placed on a quarterback. How about what Trevor Lawrence faced coming out of college? But the good thing for him, he's used to it. He had the same type of expectations leaving high school and going to Clemson. They always expect him to be a franchise savior whatever team he joins. And to his credit, he shouldered those expectations and he's doing everything in his power to follow through.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the counter, Etienne. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, this
this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of '85. But then they never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchise's undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL season that way. That was Dan Marino's third year, playing under the great Don Shula, and they were motivated to keep that franchise's record intact.
Well, he's got some breathing room. And he is finally brought down at the Ravens' 17-yard line. 47 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here. Another good run there. He's been good all season long. I don't know if he's going to win that MVP award, but just to be in the discussion, obviously that means he's had a great run.
The raw numbers put him in the discussion. Can he carry his team to enough victories? Can he put them in a spot where we say to ourselves, well, an MVP carries his team to the playoffs? That's what he's going to need in order to get that award.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the one. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne. That's career touchdown number 131, and it ties him with Chris Carter for number 8 on the all-time list. And the Jaguars put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll try the draw here with Dobbins. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year. But you think this game, their toughest test yet?
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run. So this game is crucial.
Another impressive drive. So they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced to punt to get the ball back, and they played all pretty well in this one. Both sides playing at optimal level.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll go again with Dobbins. And some space here. And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35. 51 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. Nothing the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Jackson on first down. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he is going to lose yardage here. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he's going to get this down near the 25. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually...
And Andrews lost the football, and the Jags grab it. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Mixon will try the right side. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. ETN up the middle, and he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down, ETN once more. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. He'll buy some time right. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On 3rd down, here's ETN. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And that is no good. No good. Wide to the left. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
And, partner, a lot of kickers in this spot like to aim at the right upright and just draw it back down the center. This one looked like it was aimed at the left upright and just kept bending away.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. On third down, here's Dobbins. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On the return, here's Agnew. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
107 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. A give running right, Etienne. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jags will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Patterson now for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now it's Jackson. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now another timeout called for. offense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Here's Jackson to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade and Lurican. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
That one complete downfield to Kirk. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. He got 29 yards that time. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Another tote for Etienne. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Jaguars will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs. So a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he's got some space here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And even 100 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Down to the 42, 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Etienne once more. And some room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Down to the 22-yard line.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. Oh, lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They'll try the left side with Etienne. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
On second down, a run with Etienne. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That'll be a gain of 16. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll run with Etienne. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Travis Etienne taking it in from a yard out. And the Jaguars take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They'll start out here with the option left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Now it's Jackson. That's complete, left side to Bateman. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. They had 2 straight first downs, now a gain of 9 to set up 2nd and 1. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Jackson going to hold on to it again. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff that we're looking for.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Tucker's kick is good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag?
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. A handoff running left is Etienne. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And they'll go again with Etienne. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
They'll try and run with Mixon. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. Denied on 4th down is Joe Mixon. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Go. 6 guard. Check 6 guard.
Jackson. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards on the play. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Being chased out left. And here he'll get it down to 7. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season, and that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Once again, they run with Mixon.
And this will be a Jaguars first down as they take this up to about the 33-yard line.
On this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
This is caught. It's Kirk. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll roll him out right.
And one more time. Here's Kirk.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
Now it's Mixon running right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And we are inside at 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll give it to Mixon. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now it looks like he'll throw here and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have... Good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. to Andrews. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. Jackson now. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. Now they got to get to the line quickly. To throw again is Jackson. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive.
That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
ETN up the middle.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. And what are the whistles for? A timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
On play action, Lawrence
sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
That's a piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And he's got it inside the 10.
partner under the lights in prime time. This offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Jags, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4. And they'll be at home next week.